So in this video we'll create a workflow template. We come to the workflow tab and under the templates we select templates. One is already created, so we click on plus and we start creating a new one. We need to give importance to planning the name of the template, because down the line you will have a lot of templates on your VD and we need to be careful, and we should be able to get an idea on this device is applied on this template is applied on what kind of device. Here I give the name AMER-WC-1CPE-Internet. It says that this template is for America West Coast single CPE and the WAN type is Internet. The next option is I have to specify if this is a staging template or a post staging template. If I click on staging, then I have to only specify the WAN interface detail. So I go back to post staging. Here I select the organization that this template will be associated to, the type of device, is it SD-WAN or use VCPE, virtual CPE. The topology is full mesh. I keep it like that. You can choose hub and spoke, and you can add sub-organization if this is a segmentation. The controller is already added, and then after I come to subscription, we have to specify the feature set that I purchased and the bandwidth that I purchased, and then the license period that's valid. After that, I have to select the redundant pair template, and let's discuss a bit about the redundant template. Let's say I have two routers on my site, R1 and R2, and they have their own WAN links. This link between R1 and R2 will be a cross-connect link, and the R1 WAN interface should extend till R2. Similarly, R2 WAN interface should extend to R1. If I create a redundant template, then the main template will be this one, the template that I just created, and if I click on redundant template yes, and then I give the redundant template name, that redundant template name will be assigned to R2, and a lot of these configuration will be automatically generated in case of a redundant pair template. We'll see this template type when we implement our branch 6 site. We will use this method, but for now let's go back to the workflow template. So I am not selecting any redundant pair at this time. This is a single CPE setup. I give my analytics cluster name and I click on continue. Now this is the interfaces tab where I have to specify which port is going to be WAN and which port is going to be LAN. I have to select the interfaces that I intend to use in this template. So I start by using VNI 0x0, which is Ethernet 1, and I select it as WAN. I give it the network name as Internet, because I want this to be an internet underlay workflow template, and this is how I give the name also. I specify the IP address to be static and not via DHCP. Now I want to give VNI 0x2, which is port number Ethernet 3, so I select this as a LAN and I give the network name as LAN. I'm not giving any zone at this time. The IP is static. I leave it like that and I click on continue. This tab lets you configure if you want to configure any split tunnel on this router. Split tunnel is normally configured for local internet breakout, or if you want to configure any site-to-site tunnel, then you can configure that here. Then we go to the next tab, which is routing. If I am running any BGP, then I have to specify the BGP parameters: local AS, remote AS, local IP, neighbor IP, and then the static routing if I am configuring any. So let's say I give a default route as the prefix, and the next hop I want to specify, let's say 10.10.10.100. Actually, is it going to 10.10? Okay, let's remove it and let's make it parameterized or variable, and we'll add this field later if we want to. And uh, then we need to click on add to add this static route, and then we click on continue. Here, if I want to configure any NAT, I can configure it here. I'm leaving this option for now. If I want to configure any DHCP service or any firewall, I can configure it here. I go to the next tab. This is the management servers. I have NTP, syslog, TACAX, Radius, SNMP, and LDAP. If I want to configure any of these services, I can configure it here. So I click on create, and it's giving me an exception. What did it say? Preferred software version does not exist. Okay, let me go to the first tab and I remove the preferred software version that I selected. So I go to the basic and I remove this preferred software version. I remove it. Okay, I come back to the management server and I click on create again, and here my template is created successfully, and let's see, the status should be deployed. Yeah, and the status is showing as deployed. So this way my template is created.